Okay, Gold Crushers, you're not going to believe this. This is like my third or fourth time recording this video. I'm not kidding. All right. I am not kidding. Whew. Let's see if we can get through this one with ease, okay? We are very, very close to the end of May. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Woo, woo, woo. How are you guys doing with your mental health? As many of you know, if you are new to my channel, I do suffer from PTSD and anxiety. And I have videos on my channel where I actually talk about my journey. I will go ahead and leave my last year's May video above, and then I have a series here on my channel where I talked about specifically PTSD. So, and I will also link that playlist a little bit further along in the video. Okay, Gold Crushers. So, mental health, serious topic, near and dear to me, because I personally suffer from mental health. And again, as I stated, my diagnosis is PTSD and anxiety. But let me ask you, do you know what mental health is? Do you? If you do, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think mental health is. But mental health is the state of your well-being, and that is your emotional, psychological, and social being. In essence, our mental health affects how we think, how we feel, and how we act. It also determines how we handle stress, how we relate to others, and how we make choices in our lives. So, mental health is not something that we should take lightly, even though in some of our communities, people do. People make fun of us, call you weak, or you're not strong. But in either case, neither one of those stigmas is right or fair, okay? So, as an African American, the stigma of suffering from mental health is something that I used to really shy away from. But in shying away from it, it gave control to those who were not knowledgeable about mental health. And I'm not saying that I know everything there is about mental health, but I know as it relates to me and my mental health and the people that I know that suffer with mental health, they take it very seriously. You know, talking to a therapist or a psychiatrist they can't help you. They don't know what they're talking about. How can they relate to you? Yada, 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 all that stuff. And I will admit, for a while, some of that bothered me. And I struggled. What I really wanted and what other people were telling me I should do and what I shouldn't do as it relates to my mental health. Where I am here to tell you that once I got tired of going through that yo-yo effect, I took control. I took control of my mental health, and in essence, in doing that, I took control of my life. But I tell you this, I'm better than I was 4 years ago. I am better mentally than I was 3 years ago. I am better than I was 5 years ago. 10 years ago from when I first got diagnosed. So this is a journey. And don't let anyone steal your journey. Okay? Don't let anyone tell you how you should move forward. Is this on your journey? I guess I shouldn't be eating this muffin I got right here. So, in taking control of my journey, these are the 3 things that I said I was going to do. 1, I wanted to know and understand my stresses and triggers because they all differ per individual. And some of my just day-to-day life activities was a struggle. Learning how to drive on the road again after being over in Iraq for, 18 months. Learning how to shop in a grocery store when you are used to shopping in a little Connex box that they would call the PX. Learning how not to realize that it's fireworks outside and people celebrating the 4th of July versus gunfire over your head. So learning how to know just because you are the only female officer in your company that your voice matters. Okay. So some of those things that happened to me actually transformed into my life today that I deal with today, sometimes every day, sometimes more often than I want to. But the key is everything that I do today has helped me along the way. And the goals that I set for myself as it relates to my mental health have me being a better person today. So let me just share with you what I've done is understanding my triggers or my stressors. Okay. Understanding what is triggering me, what is stressing me out, what is causing me to feel a high level of anxiety. Okay, that is important. The second goal that I set for myself is caring for my body. Resting all day in bed for me was not caring for my body. It was not. If anything, laying in bed for me made me even more sad and depressed and isolated. Number 3 was finding a hobby or something that brings me joy, something that I can look forward to for the next day or the next hour or the next moment. Okay, finding that joy. And those 3 things helped me along the way. And I'm just going to share with you a really short story. And this story just happened maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago, right before Mother's Day. And for those who don't know, I lost my mother several years ago, and I miss her. Mother's Day is always a very, very hard time for me. And I realized that, I noticed that, I acknowledge that, and I work with my family and friends to ensure that I'm doing something that's going to bring me joy, happiness, you know. So, I work out with my trainer either on Mondays and Wednesdays or Wednesdays and Fridays. Okay. On this particular week, I worked out with my trainer on a Friday morning, 8:30. That's our workout time. So the Thursday night before, I was sitting at my computer. I was doing some work for Crush and Goes with Karen, and I came across this video of my mom talking to my sister and I several weeks before she passed away. And she was telling us what she wanted. I don't know if it was some kind of holiday. I don't know if it was Thanksgiving or Mother's Day or something. But anyway, she was talking to my sister and I. And as I was watching the video, tears started to come down my face. And I was trying to be strong, right? Why do I need to be strong? It's just me. I'm in my bedroom, right? Karen, let your tears come. Let them come out. So I let my tears come. I let them come. I talked to my mom. I prayed. I shared with her how much I love her and how much I miss her and everything. And in all that, I felt her loving arms and her loving spirit around me, and just, to just embrace me, right? I felt good. I felt okay. I took my meds, got ready for bed, did my night routine. I was good. Friday morning, I woke up, 6:30, 6:45. I was moving around. I was a little sluggish, just next thing I knew, it was time for me to go meet with my trainer. It was about 8:25. I was getting my water, put my shoes on, setting up my tripod and everything. And my trainer calls. She texts me, as she always says, ready? I said yes. And she gets on and she asked me how I was feeling. I said, she asked me, how are you feeling? I said, I'm okay today, And I started doing my warm up, and I was like, I really feel kind of blah today. And she was like, well, Karen, why are you feeling blah? Just having the same general conversation we always do. And I said, I don't know. I don't know. Nothing happened unusual, right? And she said, okay, so why do you feel blah? And she was like, nothing happened last night. And I was like, no. And as I was jumping, light bulb moment, ding, 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 ding. Oh, you know what happened last night, Courtney? I watched a video of my mom. And I saw that video, and then somehow or another we got on Mother's Day, and and I was like, you know what, Courtney? I think that's why I might be feeling kind of blah today. She was like, yeah, Karen, that might be the reason why. Well, I hope you feel better. And we went on with the workout and everything. So the moral of that story is, 1, I didn't know why I was feeling blah. I had to understand what was triggering my blahness. What was triggering my blahness without me realizing it was seeing that video. Even though I had did everything I normally would have done, address my emotions, had my time with my mom, prayed about it, talked to her, commune with her and God, boom. And I went on with my day, and I slept pretty well that Thursday night. But on Friday, I woke up and was feeling blah. Caring for my body, getting up that morning, working out, meeting with my trainer, prompted me to care for my body and to keep moving. Had I not done those things, I probably would have slept the day away. But because I recognized my stressor, I cared for my body, I was able to keep moving. And once I realized what was going on with me mentally, I started to think about all the things that that wanted to bring me joy, things that I would look forward to throughout the day, which was I FaceTime with Boss Man. I wrote in my journal. I I I read some scriptures. I listened to some music. So I was doing everything I needed to do that day, things that I knew that would bring me joy and happiness on Friday so that I wouldn't find myself in a funk. So in bringing me joy, these are the two things that I did. I picked up these two items right here. My affirmation book. This is where I list out all my affirmations, where I speak positively about myself and my mental state. And here is where I talk about my self-care. Like, I went on and I journaled about the conversation that Courtney and I had in my self-care journal. And to be honest with you, Gold Crushers, I was very, very happy to know that having those three things as part of my goals and how I care for myself during a mental downshift, if you will, it really helped me. Because had I not had those things in place, again, I would have probably slept the day away, which would have transformed into the weekend. And so this happened over a period of time. This didn't just happen overnight. It took me years to get here, but I had to start somewhere. And where I started was understanding my triggers and my why. Why was I feeling the way I was doing? What was causing my PTSD? What was causing my anxiety? What was causing my emotional roller coaster? What was causing it? That's your trigger, okay? Caring for my body, knowing what I needed to do when those triggers are identified. What did I do to not put myself in a deeper mental state? The fact that I care for my body by moving and jumping and working out with my trainer. For others, it may be just getting up, taking a shower, splashing water on your face, doing yoga for 5 minutes, stretching for 10 minutes, whatever that may be for you, do that. And then as I began to work and care for my body, I started to think about all the things that would bring me joy that day. Like, Karen, what's going to bring you joy? FaceTime with Boss Man. Read my journal. Read a book. Read a positive affirmation. Reinforce what I have already learned and knew about myself and who I am. That's what brought me joy at that particular point in time. So I say all that to say, Gold Crushers, your mental health is so much deeper than what's on the outside. It goes deep down within the inside. It has to deal with how we're feeling, how we're thinking, and how we're interacting with people. And the fact that I had all three of those elements at that particular point in time really helped me to, one, identify my trigger, care for my body, and find joy. So I hope wherever you are on your mental health journey, I hope you set some small goals in these areas to have you to unlock that mental health barrier or that mental health block that you may have in your life. I understand that it is not easy, but I'm here to tell you that it is definitely doable. And once you find your rhythm, once you find what works for you, you will see that you will always be able to be that light, that shine, that joy, that peace, that happiness that everyone needs in their life. And don't shy away from what's going on. Address it head on. Be honest with your feelings and your thoughts, especially when you're interacting with people who genuinely care for you. Don't hide it from them, because if they know you, they're going to know that something isn't right. Make sure you stay connected to those who care, because I'm telling you, it will make a huge, huge difference, goal crushers. Please, whatever you do, do not take your mental health for granted. Do not think it's going to get better on its own. Do not sit in it. Give yourself a day, 2 days, whatever you think is best for you. But please, goal crushers, I ask of you, do not sit in it for longer. The longer you sit in it, the worse it will get. So please get the help. I'm going to leave a link down below to a number that you all can call if you are in a healthcare crisis, a mental health care crisis, that will be able to help you. So I thank you all so much for watching. Again, if you have not joined the Goal Crushing community, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with that notification bell so you will not miss any videos from this station. You in the very next video, Goal Crushers. Take care. God bless. And remember, always plan with your goals in mind. I'll see you next time.